Hanford nuclear facility in Washington State dates back to the Manhattan Project. The site was used extensively during the Cold War for plutonium production. But even though the Cold War has been over for decades, plans to store the leftover nuclear waste remain unfinished. And some of what has been stored at the site so far has begun to leak. The nuclear facility is located in eastern Washington State near Yakima and Walla Walla. The Columbia River forms the northern and eastern borders for the site. The river's presence is part of what has many people in the region worried. But even more upsetting has been the Department of Energy's response to the leak reports.
The department has apparently told the committee staff that it would take 2 years just to decide whether or not the tanks are going to be officially declared as leaking tanks. And it's hard to tell the people of the Pacific Northwest that it's going to take 2 years to determine whether tanks that look like they are leaking are in fact officially leaking.
This may be Wyden's last best chance to force DOE to move aggressively toward cleaning up Hanford. As chairman of the Energy and Natural Resources Committee, he has a tremendous amount of influence, but he may not be there much longer. With Senator Max Baucus retiring next year, Wyden could be next in line to take over chairmanship of the Finance Committee, assuming Democrats keep control of the Senate. And Senator Mary Landrieu would be next in line to take over the reins on the Energy Committee. The Hanford cleanup is governed by what's known as the Tri-Party Agreement, an agreement between the Department of Energy, the EPA, and Washington State's Department of Ecology. But the Energy Department is in danger of missing some of the milestones in that agreement.
Do you believe in cutting the budget, including Hanford cleanup, if it's going to miss the milestones?
Well, clearly I support trying to meet the milestones, and that will require having the budget to do it. Again, I don't know what the budget is. I don't know the path forward.
According to a local newspaper in the area, Department of Energy officials said the federal budget sequestration would cut approximately $156 million at Hanford, threatening many of the deadlines spelled out in the Tri-Party Agreement, which could have made DOE liable for fines.
Congratulations.
Moniz took office May 21st, and later that same week he spoke out on Hanford at his first town hall meeting with Department of Energy employees.
Those of you who followed my confirmation know that Hanford in particular played a large role, and we have a 4-step plan to pursue there. But we should have no doubt that we have a strong legal and moral responsibility to address these issues.
Funding for the Hanford site was supposed to be cut by $46 billion this year, leading the contractor Bechtel to threaten furloughs later this summer. But when Congress couldn't pass a budget this year, lawmakers instead passed a continuing resolution based on last year's funding, which did not include the Hanford cuts.